Well, but we work with a genius who's not creepy.
He's not creepy at all.
Not creepy at all.
I love
Doesn't
that
have
dude.
any creepiness.
He's very particular.
He's idiosyncratic.
He's an interesting, particular man.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, hello. In the bowl, everybody in. How about that? Look at you. Oh, everybody should meet each other. Network, exchange your socials. You want some of this? Look at you. You are Caesar. That's right. One course with JB Smoove, presented by Caesars Sportsbook. Let's eat.
Hello.
That's my girl, Susie Essman.
I feel like
Hey,
I'm
boo-boo.
looking at this candelabra like it's Liberace is going to appear.
I love a good candelabra.
Of course you do.
You know what I like doing? I like to walk through a haunted house with one of those.
Like your Vincent Price.
Oh, I will walk through a haunted house and all the lights are out and only light I have is a candelabra.
It's a candelabra.
You open doors you're not supposed to go open and you look in there. Anybody in here?
What are we eating here?
Oh, this is amazing. This is from an amazing restaurant called Cadence, one of my favorite restaurants in the city.
So what are we doing? We're just eating and talking? Now, I always think, because people have said this to me a lot, that Susie and Leon should have a fling.
You know how funny? We
flirt.
We flirted. We flirt. Come on now. Leon likes a lady with a smart ass mouth. Remember
I
that?
know,
Remember
that's
that
right.
line?
I remember that was way back in season what, 6?
No, yes. Season
Yes,
6.
when you were
First season.
when you're wearing the Joe Pepitone jerseys.
Ah, yes. How many times do you people approach you as if you are Susie Green all
Like
the time?
90% of the time.
Oh, I get Leon drive-bys. Get in
Right.
that ass, Larry.
Yeah.
People drive by.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, who said that?
Yeah.
You know?
I've been friends with Larry since 1985. Wow. 1985.
See, I always want to know who that dude was. You know?
You know who he was, JB? He would stand at the bar and he would just go on and on to me and to Joy Behar. We'd be hanging out at the bar and he would just be telling us all his tales of woe about dating. This is before he was with Lori, before he married, and all of those ended up being George storylines
For
Seinfeld. All these, and it was like things happened to him that didn't happen to anybody else.
Right. I'm telling you something. When I walk into a room and Larry smiles, it's the most.
It's joyous.
It's joyous.
That's right.
It's like.
And
you can't
what you and
believe-
I have in common is we both make him laugh.
We both make him laugh.
Yeah, but
You know?
doesn't he ruin all your best takes by laughing?
He ruins everything.
Ruins all my best takes.
All the best takes.
I know.
And-
Because he
and-
can't stop giggling.
And then like.
It's like, be a professional.
Be professional, man. Oh. Now you mentioned Joy. Now Joy is one of your
She's my bestie.
besties.
Yeah.
You know, you guys had 2 hurdles to climb. Number 1, you're comedians. And it's always hard being a
Yeah.
comedian. And 2, you're women.
Yeah.
So, you know,
And they wouldn't put 2 women on the same show.
there you go.
They wouldn't put 2 women on the same show.
There you
Did
go.
they have that with black comics, that they wouldn't put 2 on the same show?
Yes, it definitely had its hurdles, but those hurdles made you a better comic.
Completely.
And made you understand the system, and you understood how it worked, and you were able to adjust. And
Well, my whole
it made
thing-
you write better.
It did. And my whole thing was always, I never wanted to be sour grapes. I always kind of felt like I'm just going to get so good that they can't deny me. I'm going to get so good that I can't be denied. I was never going to focus on who wasn't giving me things and what I wasn't going to get.
Yeah.
There's no purpose to that. It
Yeah.
serves no purpose. Why did you want to become a comedian? When did you first know you wanted to be a comedian?
I was a hallway clown. I had great grades, 3.3 average, but I truly loved to, number 1, I love to defend myself. Big nose,
Yeah.
you know, lanky as hell, all the things that kids would love to get on.
Yeah.
Oh,
You use
if you
humor.
set yourself up,
Yeah.
I will win.
So humor, I mean, I
Humor
think for all of us was
yeah.
a survival mechanism.
Survival mechanism.
A
I was
defensive
bullied.
kind of, but a survival.
Yeah, I was bullied, everything.
You know what? I had this hair, which
Yeah.
now everybody loves. People didn't love it in the 60s when I was at school.
Oh, God. I did not know you did the Johnny Carson show.
I did. You know, when I was growing up, and we didn't have DVR, and we didn't have VHS, and, you know, I would go to sleep, and my brother would wake me up to watch Carson when Rickles was on, or any, you know, Pryor, any of my favorite comics were on. And the dream, and in those days, it was only Carson. It wasn't,
Right.
you know, there wasn't, you know, Mike Douglas or Merv Griffin.
Oh, I remember those days.
There was
Oh.
only Carson. That was it. It was the most terrifying thing of my life.
Wow.
I have never been so backstage. My mouth wouldn't move. I had no moisture in my mouth at all. I was scared to death. And it was not a great spot.
Wow.
I didn't connect with Johnny at all. And it was like my
Yeah.
childhood dream to be on that show. And there I was sitting with him, and there was like nothing. It was a nightmare.
That had to feel like.
It was horrible.
Oh,
It was
man.
horrible.
Now we're going back to what we talked about earlier, how hard it is for women in this industry.
Yeah.
You know, it really is. And I can imagine how it was back then.
I didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
That was what I did. I didn't have
Yeah.
a choice.
Do comedians give the best advice because we have a different take on the world than anybody else?
Well, I think we give good advice in a lot of ways. I mean, look, you and I are not your typical. They always say that comedians are all depressed, and nah, we're not.
You're not.
We're not all depressed, and some of us have
No.
great marriages and great families and
Some of
great,
us
you know,
are amazing.
all of that, which luckily you and I have. And some people feel that if they have those things, it's going to take away from their comedy. I've never felt that way. I always felt like, you know, my comedy needed joy. So, I mean, the hardest
voice.
thing as a comic is to find your voice.
Find your voice, man.
And it doesn't happen quickly.
It does not. You really have to ride through it, the good nights, the bad nights.
More what I was doing is I was moving energy in a
Yeah.
room than actually, that was what I was doing. I was taking in their energy, I
Yeah.
was filtering it through, and I was putting it back and moving the energy in the room around. That's what it felt like to
Being
me.
in the moment.
Yes, in the moment, which is why doing Curb is a perfect job for comedians like
Perfect.
us because
Yes.
we improvise.
Isn't that something? Ow! Susie, you know you're the best. I want to continue this conversation because I feel like we are, every time we talk, we are never finished.
No.
So-
Are we done already?
Come on, let's get out of here. Come on. Let's get out of here. So I want to continue to talk about all this great stuff to talk about. I need to dive in more about Larry because, you know, Larry always